analysis by Tradeducation. We are currently at episode 205, and before I share today's analysis, I would just like to go through a quick disclaimer that trading involves substantial risk and is not suitable for all investors. Also, the information which I'm sharing is for educational purposes only and cannot be used for any trade related activities. So let me quickly share my screen and let's study what happened in the option yesterday and are there any potential option development paths for today. Okay, so first of all, I'll just quickly jump to the daily chart, and from the daily chart, so we are seeing a sort of, so we had a doji candle followed by one time framing up and one time framing up. So there are two one time framing happening, and if this if we see continuation, then odds are higher that, so there are a couple of stops built around this level. So this is 922 and this is 12,000. Okay, so this is just a 80 points away, and odds are higher that we might be tagging the stops which are built around the all-time highs. I would say not the all-time highs, but this is the level where 12,000 is the level where when the market started falling, and it went till I think 7,000, 7,500 or 8,000. Okay, so we are near the all-time highs, and we might expect some push to the upside. Okay, so overall, what I'm expecting is to have a continuation to the upside. So this is again a volume profile chart, and just a second, I'll just extend this gap. So there are certain anomalies, which, just a second, today, apply. Okay, so this is the volume profile chart and dynamic volume profile chart. What I've done is I've just created a 2-day balance, the balance of 3rd and 4th. Okay, and based on that, these are the areas or the point of references. Secondly, the high which happened yesterday, it's exactly at the value area high. So this is a weaker reference, and I'm expecting the auction to continue higher and tag, basically fill this gap. Okay, so that is what my overall anticipation or expectation is, from today's auction. Secondly, so first of all, first data point is the high is weaker. Second data point is the low of yesterday is also weaker, because it is exactly at, so this is one reference level. So this was the level of resistance which became support. Okay, so this was the level of resistance which became support, and this is the candle. So this particular candle is where, if you see, this wick is exactly at the 3rd of November low. Okay, not low, but exactly where buyers again step in. So the high is weaker, the low is weaker. Okay, so these are the two data points which I'll be keeping keeping for today's auction. Okay, so this is the 2-day balance, and I'm expecting look above the balance and continue and try to fill the gap. We also have a couple of HVNs from the VSA, but I'm not looking at now at that data point for the moment. But let's just study from the market profile chart. Okay, so first of all, what I want to share is, so there are multiple references which I marked, which you will be seeing. One is the weak low, then this is the weaker high, and this high is very close to the HVN. Okay, so first of all, we are in a 2-day balance. So this is the 2-day balance. We are forming higher lows, we are forming higher highs. Okay, so overall structure says that the option is bullish. Second thing, this low is exactly at the single print. So this is a very weaker low, and it's also a failed auction sell. So this is one data point. Second data point is, so we have got this halfback reference level Are there any other halfback reference levels? So this was there, which was cleared. Yeah. So overall, what I'm expecting is the auction to open above today's range. So this is the range or the 2-day balance. This is the 2-day balance range. I think let me change the color so that it becomes easy. So this is the 2-day balance range. And what I'm expecting is the auction to open above, continue higher, and tag all these references. So basically stops, there are a lot of stops built around this particular, so 12,020 levels. Okay, so there are a lot of stops. So this is a 12,020 levels, this particular reference. Okay, so a lot of stop losses orders are currently getting built there. Okay, so I'm expecting continuation to the higher side, trying to hit the stops and see, because currently, again that US election is going on, and Trump has said that there is some anomaly or some errors in the election voting and all that counts and all that, and then the results will now again come on Friday. Okay, currently Biden is winning currently in a leading position, followed by Trump. Okay, so so Friday, so we expect today and tomorrow again a lot of choppiness action, more of a choppiness action, because these are the event days, and today also I'll try to stay away from trading any event days. So my expectation is to continue higher, tag the stop. So this is the first auction development path which I'm expecting. If I don't see a continuation, odds are very less that we don't see, but if I don't see a continuation, I'm expecting the auction to tag the HVN and just develop sideways, and then tag the low. So this is the second auction development path. The third auction development path is that we are just trading sideways within the 2-day range. So these are the 3 auction development paths which currently I'm looking at to happen today. So the time is 9:12. I think let me add the pre-open market session. Okay, so it's a 152. So auction is opening with a good gap up. Okay, so auction path number 1 is the one which I'm looking at, and there is this one more reference level. This is the all-time high. Apart from that, I'm not seeing any other references which are trying to get formed. Okay, so the time is 9:30, and the auction will begin in next 2 minutes. So in the meantime, guys, if you have got any comments, use the live chat window, or else I'll just keep on mute and I'll just wait for the auction to start and see where the auction is going. Okay, so I'll just be on mute. Surprising, like election days, even yesterday we had election, I think in UP. So yeah, UP or Bihar, I don't know. Okay, so 30 seconds to go before the market opens. So let's see. So good gap up. So today we need to see whether that gap is getting filled or not. So yeah. Okay, so where did the auction go? think it's a massive gap. So I'll just remove all this. Let's minimize this. So the stops are getting hit now. So I'll just minimize this. And look at the order flow chart. 4,000 contracts already traded. 5,000 contracts already traded. Okay. So this is the level of stops. This is one level. And this is another level. So the auction opened with a good gap up, and these are some of the references. So I'm just we have a weaker low. We got one more HVA. Okay. So auction tagged the all-time high, and auction selling, good selling pressure coming in. So 8,000 contracts already traded. It has just been a minute before the auction has started. So a lot of negative sentiments or negative sentiments are going on. Stop hunting is done. So people are just booking their losses. So those who are in profits, they are the ones who are selling, and those who had stop loss hit. So if you see here 1, 2 and 3, and right now so there are less more of selling pressure and less of buying pressure. Okay, 10,000 contracts already traded. We are still 3 minutes to go, and a very eventful day today. So a good learning for you guys. So pretty massive. So this would be like a trend day. So market opened with a pretty huge gap. So where is the close? Here is the close of yesterday. So from this to this. So the auction opened with 183 point range. So today we need to see whether this gap is filled or not. Okay. If the gap does not get filled, then we might see new business coming in. Right now it is old business getting liquidated. Just look at the order flow numbers. So NML is on the higher side. Low is still secure. Sellers, momentum sellers came in here. Yeah, 1,000 commitment of traders from sellers, 326. Odds are less for contract reversal. Okay. So we are still a minute to go. 12,600 contracts traded, and buyers are stepping in above the VWAP level. Overall delta is negative. So I'll just this. Negative delta. So this can be an opportunity to take a short position, keeping your stop loss above this level, 12,081. Target to hit the low, the stop, so this reference level. So let's see whether that happens. So doji, so buyers are stepping in. 13,000 contracts already traded. We have 40 seconds to go. So let's see. So I'm expecting this to be a trending day. So the first 5-minute heavy volumes have came in. We're seeing rejection at the VWAP. So group trade location I shared is 1:2 short. So let's see whether that happens or not. So 14,581 contracts traded in the first 5-minute candle. Now buyers are stepping in, but there is some rejection around the VWAP. So open equal to high, that type of scenario is developing in Nifty futures. We are currently getting rejected around the POC, the depok of today, also at the VWAP. The delta has turned positive, so let's see whether we see buyers stepping in or not. So good rejection seen at the VWAP. So the continuation to the volume flow should be there with just 1 minute gone, but it's just 1400, that's 10% of the previous candle's volume. So there should be a continuation, the tempo. So if we see the range, first 5 minute, this is a 40-point range compared to yesterday's 93 or some 100-point range. So getting rejected at VWAP, so a visual reference is getting formed. The volume flow is drying out now compared to the previous 5-minute candle. So who is buying here is what I'm thinking. Who is selling here? So good tussle going on between buyers and sellers. From the VSA chart, it is showing that good supply is coming in. From the VWAP, so from the 1-minute chart, we are getting rejected around VWAP. The delta is increasing. The price is decreasing. So good selling pressure is stepping in now. So we got poor lows. Odds are high that we will be tagging the lows. So 4,000 contracts traded. We are still 50 seconds to go before this action closes. Just looking at the minute chart, the delta increased, but the price is decreasing. So there is an anomaly getting formed. So we should see continuation from sellers. And the low is tagged. So those who have shorted, if you want to book your profits, you can book your profits. So 5,000 contracts traded, 14,500 to 5,000. Now we should see continuation or follow through from sellers. Let me just jump to the volume profile chart. So again, this was the gap region, and this gap is filled. So if I just minimize, okay, so this is the gap which was formed in the February time frame. So that gap is now getting filled. So just minimize this chart. Yeah. So a lot of stops which I shared earlier before the market opened, so they are getting hit. They have already got hit. Okay, and now buyers are stepping in. The low is unsecure. Odds are either it will be getting tagged. The low is tagged. Yeah. We should see continuation or follow through. Continuation to the downside. Doji candle getting formed. Yeah, so a lot of indecision. So I don't know who's buying here and who's selling here. So always ask your question. Who's buying here and who's selling here? What is the range? 48, 49. So not a big range, pretty narrow range. So maybe intraday players, because the volumes are dried out. So from 14,500 to 5,000, we are right now at 3,000. Yeah. So all intraday in the money, or basically trading money, are the ones who are currently participating in the auction. I don't have data points available. I was actually trying to see the structure of This is because of the February. I don't have that data point with me. So overall delta is becoming flat. This does not mean that you should take a long trade, because see the tempo coming in now. So we are seeing follow through. So this was weaker buying. Delta has turned negative. Good doji candle getting formed. So good rejection seen, but low is not secure. So odds are high that we will be tagging the low. We will be seeing some sort of choppiness action. So momentum buyer sellers are stepping in. Lack of momentum buyers, more of momentum sellers are coming in. And look at this candle, look at the wicks getting formed, the buyer stepping in. So I don't know whether today will be a trend day or not, but good auction development happening. So I'm expecting new sellers or new participation or new business to come in. Delta has turned negative auction, so there is some divergence been seen. Okay guys, so with that I would like to end this session for today, and one trade opportunity or trade location which I shared. So yeah, so let's again catch up tomorrow and observe the references which I've shared. Yeah, till that time, happy and